Hey everybody, I'm Daniel, and this is
Mike.
We're here for Weekly Geek Speak. This is our second episode, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the first one. We're going to be talking about all the things in geek culture that we find fun and interesting, and hopefully you guys will too. And we're going to start things off with a review. I haven't seen it yet, so we're going to let Mike have a little go at talking about Batman v Superman.
Yes, and before you ask, yes, I am wearing a Bucky arm. Anyway, Batman vs. Superman. I'm not going to give any spoilers away, so don't worry about it. I'm just going to give my opinion. It was an okay movie. It was an okay movie. In my opinion, it did not live up to the hype. The pros of the movie. Great cinematography work. I think Ben Affleck did a great job as Bruce Wayne and Batman. What else? Set locations were awesome. For the most part, when the movie got into a flow, it flowed really well. I think the chemistry that Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck had on film was a good chemistry. I think they worked very well. Now the cons. It's almost a 3-hour movie. When the movie doesn't flow, when it hits like a dry point, you want to kill yourself. There are just some questions that they did not answer, and you're left scratching your head like, well, why was this even in the movie? They were scenes with Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg. Could have done without them. They did not really help. At the point in the movie where you see their cameos, it did not help progress the movie at all. It would have been better just to leave them without. I'm not saying how they come about in the movie. I don't want to spoil anything, but at that point in the film, you're just like, no, let's just get rolling and keep moving with the action. Wonder Woman's role in the film, it worked, and it didn't work. I mean, she popped up too many times just as Diana Prince, but when she finally came out in full Wonder Woman gear, it worked. Again, they try to do too much. They combined the New 52 with Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns with another storyline from the 90s, which I'm not going to give away, because if I do, it's going to spoil, and I'm not going to do that. But pros and cons, I'd say right now the cons outweigh the pros, but again, that's just my opinion. Go out and see it, form your own, let us know what you think, and we'll go on from there. Otherwise, decent film. I've heard that Warner Brothers has, after seeing a rough cut of the film, told Ben Affleck, you got 3 films in the suit. Can't wait to see him. I think he did a great job as Batman.
Well, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm interested in seeing it. I'm going to see it. I'll give my review when I actually get a chance to see the movie. But right now, haven't had that opportunity. So I'm going to go and take our first topic into Supergirl. Supergirl is going to be having its crossover with Flash, and Flash is coming on to Supergirl, and they're setting it up with 2 villains. So by the time we have this out, it's probably already going to have aired. Mm-hmm. So it's Silver Banshee and Livewire.
Okay.
So Silver Banshee and Livewire, 2 pretty interesting villains.
Did they have Livewire on the Flash yet or not?
No, they did have her on Supergirl earlier.
Okay.
So it's the shock DJ, same kind of a concept that they had from the old Batman, the animated series.
Okay.
Now, actually, sorry, Superman, the animated series, because, yeah.
Yeah.
But what happens is now the 2 of them are going to team up to go after Supergirl to get Kara Danvers, the alternate persona, and Cat Grant. And Barry's going to have to help them out while trying to be able to get home. So it's going to be, I think it'll be interesting to see how Barry gets there, because it's clearly got to be a separate universe.
Yeah. Which
Now,
is sad because I would have liked to see a universe where everybody gets
well,
together.
from everything that Grant Gustin and the cast have all been posting, it seems like this could be an opening because Supergirl might get a chance to make an appearance on Flash or Arrow.
If there's a season 2.
And that's the thing. It seemed like early on in the season, like because of so much hype, I could swear they got renewed, and now there's been talk that CBS hasn't really renewed Supergirl yet.
Yeah, she's not on a list of shows to be renewed as of yet.
Which seems a little weird because it did get a lot of hype, but I think the majority of the startup hype wasn't even about the show. It was that it followed The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
So the ratings have gone up and down, and now that The Big Bang Theory is not in front of it, it's starting to increase in its ratings. It's just one of those shows that it's still trying to find its footing.
And honestly, you would think a Warner Brothers owned company, which DC is, they would have Supergirl on CBS and not on their own network.
Yeah, well, you would think it should be on the CW. But you know
we have
what?
to have the Vampire Diaries.
Which,
Yay!
that got renewed, yet everyone swore it was its final season.
I haven't watched it. I don't know.
I've watched it since day one. It's actually pretty good, but it's definitely better than the girly books that it came off of. But I digress. So we're going to move on to Arrow. Now, Arrow's been doing some great stuff. They're still giving that hint of who's in the grave, and it seems like this episode did kind of give a big hint of who's in the grave because they have the trial of Damien Dark. So Damien Dark, who's going by an alternate name, Laurel Lance is really trying to gun-ho and get him convicted, but they're trying to get this case going. And it turns out that Quentin's the key witness that can help them do that. And he even says on the stand that, hey, I watched him do this. He made me do these things. I had to do them because he threatened my daughter. And he gave a very powerful testimony, including saying, I'm saying this, and knowing that I'm saying this, I'm putting my own life at risk because of who I'm saying this about. So it seems like it could be him, but there's still part of me that thinks it could be Felicity's mom.
Could be. I think from the few episodes of Arrow that I've watched lately, I feel that they're grooming Felicity to be an Oracle-type character.
Well, now that she's actually... The funny thing is, because Mr. Terrific, who's not Mr. Terrific yet, has actually created a device that they embedded into her spine and she can walk.
Okay.
Using Palmer Tech's new battery.
I actually saw that on a preview.
Which is going to be interesting because from The Walking Dead, a show that we both watch, Emily Kinney's going to be back as the Bug-Eyed Bandit. She's actually going to be coming after Felicity's tech that's in her spine.
She is so cute.
She really is. She's adorable. I love Emily Kinney, though. I don't feel threatened when I see her as a villain.
You just want to go, oh, she's so cute.
I just, I couldn't, even if I did see her as a villain, I'd look at her and not want to lock her up just because she's so adorable.
You're too cute. You can go.
Yeah, it's that weak spot I have. But it's pretty much setting up, for now, there's going to be some kind of turmoil more going on, but it's going to be interesting when we get down to that season finale to really find out who's in the grave. Because we all want to know who Damien Dark put in the grave, and right now the two main contenders have to be Quentin Lance or Felicity's mom, which I'm forgetting her name. But now let's talk about Gotham. Now Gotham, once again, this is a show that it's not for everybody. You're not particularly into it.
Again, I'm not really into it, and nothing against the writers or the story. It's just me. I hear Gotham, I want to see Batman. And, it was just one of those things I never got into. And not knocking the show, not saying anything bad about the show, just can't get into it.
Well,
sorry.
The recent episode, I will say, is it seems like it's putting Bruce on the path because he's living now on the streets with Selena. She's helping him learn how to live without money. And he gets the crap beat out of him by a guy who, like, his family sells, like, magic mushrooms.
Yeah.
So, like, they sell all sorts of psychotropic mushrooms, and Bruce won't stop calling the guy a coward, and the guy is beating the hell out of him. Where you actually get to see Selena giving him stitches. Like, she's actually putting stitches on him.
Isn't she like 12 though?
I don't know. I would think, like, she's more like 14. Supposed to be like 14 to 16.
14 and 16, not the person I want to use to stitch me up, sorry.
But you know what? You know what? There's something about, like, the way that they've got her. I like how she has that vibe of a young Michelle Pfeiffer. Because the look of her really gives off that 90s Batman Returns Michelle Pfeiffer look. Even without the suit, it's still just that cool vibe that she has. But Penguin, they did introduce his father, and it's Pee Wee Herman.
It has to be.
And they brought him back, and it's a great cameo back from Batman Returns. Paul Reubens gets to come back from that. He had his Pee Wee's Holiday Adventure on Netflix, which I still haven't seen yet. I got to get to that one. But that was kind of cool, because now he's like apologizing to everybody. Hugo Strange messed with his mind, and now he's not even psycho.
And I think casting B.D. Wong as Hugo Strange was a good choice. He looks, with the way he have his little goatee and stubble, I think he looks spot on.
Did you get in trouble?
He looks spot on to be a Hugo Strange.
Yeah, and the one cool thing, though, I will say, is that now Riddler's kind of taking on his own. He's even leaving, like, the question mark around. So that's kind of cool that Enigma's starting to go there, and now Gordon's locked up. So he's actually under arrest thanks to Riddler setting him up.
Right.
So I'm going to move on to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's a hit or miss most of the time, because it seemed to start off where it was flowing a lot with the movies, and it had a lot of tie-ins. Now it makes references to stuff, but not as strong. But it's weird, because now it seems like we're going to give a spin-off show to Mockingbird, and I'm always forgetting the other guy's name, because he's just not really resonating with me. So, but the fact that they're talking about a spin-off show, because we may not even get an Inhumans movie, because they're doing all the Inhumans stuff already on Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So, what do you think about that? Would it be better for, instead of a spin-off show, actually getting the movie of Inhumans, or a spin-off show for Mockingbird?
I would say go with the spin-off show. Only because if you set up the Inhumans in a movie, 9 times out of 10, the people who play the Inhumans in the movie are not going to be in the TV show. So you get used to seeing these people playing the Inhumans on the big screen, and then by the time you turn on Channel 7, you're like, these aren't my people. You know, it's just like if Guardians of the Galaxy, you want to make that into a TV show. You know you're not getting Batista, Chris Pratt, and Zoe Salamander. You know you're not getting them to play Drax, Gamora, and Star-Lord. And
there is an animated series on
there
Disney
is an
XD,
animated series,
which is actually really good.
It is very good, and but again, that's animated, and they can draw them to look like their live-action counterparts. But if you wanted a live-action Guardians movie, you would be thinking, okay, I want to see Chris Pratt. I want to see Zoe Salamander. I want to see Dave Bautista. And, you can get Groot as CGI. And since Vin Diesel said, I am Groot 1,100 times, his voice is there. I would say go with the spinoff, because you can always do an Inhumans movie. And since we don't know what Infinity War is going to be just yet, there's a good chance there might be an Infinity War. So I would say go for the small screen, and let's see the Mockingbird spinoff.
Yeah, I mean, I love Adrienne Palicki. She's great, and she's kind of underrated because
I actually have a copy of the unaired Wonder Woman pilot that she was in, and she played Wonder Woman.
I couldn't get through it.
I got through it. I only watched it at one time, which is one time too many. I think she did a good job as Wonder Woman. She looked great in a costume. They Smallville'd that show right off the bat.
They did that with every spin-off that they tried, including
they-
Aquaman with Justin Hartley, because
Never
they...
heard of it.
Oh, you didn't see the Aquaman pilot? Oh, that one was basically Smallville at the beach. It really was Smallville at the beach. It was just... I'm glad that they recasted Justin Hartley and got him back on Smallville as Green Arrow, because he worked so much better on that. But now he's back doing soap operas, so that just shows where their careers kind of go.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, we're going to wrap this episode up. I'm Daniel. You can find more stuff from me at the Fire in the Hell 03 channel on YouTube.
I'm Mike Chiavo, Winter Soldier. You can check me out. I have some films and short movies up on Hamster Pellet Productions YouTube channel.
I'll have links listed in the description down below. If you liked what we had to say, feel free to leave us a comment. Like this video, hit that big like button down below. You also want to share this video with your friends, so this way they can go and check us out. And hey, you guys will have something to talk about. That being said, I'm Daniel.
I'm Mike.
And we'll see y'all next time.
Later.
Take care, everybody. Hey, everybody. We're here at Weekly Geek Speak. Wardrobe malfunction. We're going to have to put this at the end.
Yeah, okay.